You might think swollen feet are just a normal part of aging, but what if I told you they could be one of the earliest signs your body is crying out for help? Every day, thousands of seniors overlook this simple symptom until it's too late. And the scariest part, many times, swollen feet aren't about your shoes, your daily walk, or even your diet. They can be the quiet warning signal of something far more serious, something that could impact how many more years you live. Today, we're going to dive deep into why noticing swollen feet after 70 could change or even save your life. If you think you're just slowing down because of age, think again. In the next few minutes, you'll understand what your body's been trying to tell you all along. Before we jump into the details, if you find value in learning real-life senior health tips, wisdom, and inspiration, if you believe in empowering yourself with knowledge, take a moment to like this video and subscribe. Your support helps us continue bringing you powerful life lessons from the elderly and motivation to live stronger, longer, and with more dignity. And before we move forward, tell me, where are you watching from today? Love to know. Now let's uncover the hidden dangers behind swollen feet and what every senior over 70 needs to be aware of. First, one of the most overlooked causes is heart failure. Yes, you heard that right. According to the Mayo Clinic, swelling in your feet or ankles might be one of the first signs that your heart isn't pumping blood as efficiently as it should. As the heart struggles, fluid can back up into your lower limbs, leaving your feet puffy, tight, and uncomfortable. And the danger is many seniors think it's just normal aging, when in fact, it's a call for urgent action. Imagine ignoring a signal from your heart until it's too late. That's why noticing even mild swelling, especially if it worsens over days or weeks, must not be brushed aside. Take Mrs. Laura Evans, 74 years old, from Ohio, for example. She first noticed her shoes felt tighter, but brushed it off. "I thought it was just the summer heat, or maybe I needed to lose a few pounds," she said. But after a fainting spell during a family dinner, Laura was rushed to the hospital and diagnosed with early-stage heart failure. The swelling was her body's early alarm, a desperate plea for attention. Luckily, with quick treatment and lifestyle adjustments, Laura is still enjoying her garden today, stronger than ever. This is exactly why elderly reflections and wisdom tell us, listen to your body's whispers before they turn into screams. Swollen feet are not just about comfort. They can be a life-or-damn clue. Another hidden cause? Chronic kidney disease. Your kidneys are vital for clearing waste and excess fluid from your body. But after age 65, especially for seniors with diabetes or high blood pressure, kidney function can start to decline silently. Without properly working kidneys, fluid can accumulate in your legs, ankles, and feet, causing swelling that only gets worse over time. What makes this particularly tricky is that early kidney damage doesn't cause pain. It's quiet, it's slow, and it's deadly if unnoticed. Mr. Samuel Turner, a retired teacher from Vermont, learned this the hard way. His swollen feet began subtly. Just a little puffiness by evening. No big deal, he thought. But after routine blood tests at a senior health checkup, doctors discovered his kidneys were only operating at 45% capacity. Today, Samuel follows a strict but manageable lifestyle plan, and he credits that early detection with saving his independence and his life. This brings us to one powerful truth that so many elderly wisdom quotes remind us. Small symptoms, when respected, can protect a big future. Swelling is your body raising a red flag. Ignoring it could cost you years you deserve to enjoy. Years filled with inspiration, motivation, and living lessons worth passing down. Another silent but deadly reason for swollen feet after 70 is deep vein thrombosis, or DVT. You may have heard of it, the silent clot that can form in the veins of your legs, often without warning. What most seniors don't realize is that even sitting too long, like during a long flight or a day of TV marathons, can trigger DVT. When a clot blocks blood flow, your foot or leg may swell, sometimes with mild pain, sometimes with none at all. The danger of DVT isn't just the swelling itself. The real threat is what happens if the clot breaks loose. It can travel to your lungs, causing a pulmonary embolism, a lifelong blockage. Sadly, many seniors only find out after it's too late. If one leg looks much more swollen than the other, feels warm, or you notice a sudden tightness or pain in your calf, you must act immediately. Time is everything. Consider the story of Mr. Peter Walsh, a retired firefighter from Colorado. Peter loved gardening. He'd spend hours kneeling, pruning, and planting. But he began noticing swelling in just one ankle, brushing it off as old bones. One afternoon, he collapsed while tending his tomatoes. Doctors later found a clot that had traveled to his lungs, almost ending his life. But only after weeks in intensive care. Advice to others now: Listen to your legs. They're smarter than you think. Inspiration from seniors like Peter reminds us, paying attention to small changes isn't paranoia, it's wisdom. Life lessons from the elderly teach us that survival isn't about fear, but about respect for our body's silent messages. But DVT isn't the only hidden enemy. There's another serious cause behind those swollen feet: liver disease. Like seniors who have a history of drinking fatty liver, or even just years of untreated mild hepatitis. When the liver stops working properly, it fails to produce enough of a protein called albumin. Without enough albumin, fluid leaks from your blood vessels into your tissues, especially around your feet and ankles. The result? Persistent heavy swelling. Of course, liver disease symptoms can be extremely subtle at first. Some seniors notice nothing but a little fatigue, some bruising, and minor swelling, until the damage becomes severe. Miss Helen Scott, an 82-year-old poet from New York, learned this in the hardest way. Always lively and sharp, Helen first noticed her feet were puffy after her evening walks. It wasn't painful, she said, just ugly. She thought compression socks would solve it. They didn't. Months later, after feeling constant tired and losing her appetite, Helen's doctor ran a full liver panel. The results were devastating. Late-stage cirrhosis. The swelling had been her first warning, one she wished she hadn't ignored. If there's one thing elderly wisdom teaches us, it's that pride should never silence concern. Swollen feet are not just a part of getting old. They are a signpost, and ignoring them can cost you the precious years you've worked so hard to build. Even in Europe and America, studies show a shocking number of people over 70 live with undiagnosed liver issues. Poor diet, alcohol, long-term medication use, they all pile up over decades, quietly stressing the liver. Yet because liver disease doesn't always hurt at first, people miss the clues until it's too late. Imagine how different Helen's life might have been if she had taken those first swollen evenings more seriously. She now tells her friends, if your shoes don't fit tonight, don't buy bigger shoes. Call your doctor, a simple but powerful reflection that could save countless lives. And it's not just about survival, it's about living well. Seniors who catch these signs early often regain years of independence, strength, and joy that they might otherwise lose. At Elderly Reflections, we believe health isn't about fear, it's about respect, motivation, and action. So if you notice that your feet are swelling more often, if your socks leave deeper marks than they used to, if you need to loosen your sandals every evening, pay attention. Your body isn't complaining, it's warning you. Elderly wisdom reminds us, ignoring small symptoms can lead to big regrets, but respecting small signs can create big victories. Life after 70 can be vibrant, energetic, and full of new beginnings, but only if we listen to the messages hidden in everyday details like swollen feet. In just a moment, we'll uncover even more surprising causes of swollen feet and what simple steps can add strong, healthy years to your life. Another dangerous but often overlooked cause of swollen feet after 70 is venous insufficiency. Now, I know that might sound complicated, but the truth is, it's surprisingly common and devastating when ignored. As we age, the valves inside our veins, the tiny gates that help blood flow back to the heart, can weaken. When those valves fail, blood pools in the lower legs. It's like a hidden river backing up, flooding the tissues and leaving your feet swollen, heavy, and discolored. The worst part? Many seniors mistake it for simple tiredness. After a day on their feet, they brush it off. Oh, I'm just getting older. But this isn't just fatigue. It's the beginning of a breakdown in circulation that can lead to painful ulcers, chronic infections, and even amputations if left unchecked. Take Mr. Anthony Richardson, 77 years old, a retired carpenter from Boston. A proud man who spent his life building homes for others, he began to notice that by evening his ankles looked thicker, his shoes tighter. I thought it was the weight I gained after retiring. That tiny wound grew into an open ulcer so painful he could barely walk. Only then did Anthony realize this wasn't normal aging. It was a serious medical condition called chronic venous insufficiency. Thanks to fast treatment and his own resilience, Anthony avoided the worst outcomes. Today, he wears compression socks every day and does light exercises to strengthen his veins. If I could turn back time, he says, I would have paid attention the first day my socks felt tight. His story is a reminder for all of us. When your feet swell, your body is talking. Are you listening? And if you think venous insufficiency is rare, think again. According to research from the American Heart Association, nearly 40% of adults over 65 show early signs, but only a fraction ever get diagnosed. Seniors, especially in Europe and America, need to be proactive. Waiting can cost you mobility, independence, and even your life. But that's still not all. Another critical and often missed cause of swollen feet after 70 is lymphedema. It sounds technical, but simply put, it means your lymphatic system, the system responsible for draining extra fluid, is clogged or damaged. When lymph fluid can't move properly, it builds up in your legs, ankles, and feet, causing massive swelling. Unlike other types of swelling, lymphedema can cause the skin to feel tight, heavy, and stretched. Over time, the skin may even harden, making walking painful and daily life a real struggle. And the cruel irony? Once lymphedema sets in, it often becomes a lifelong condition without a full cure. Noting management, Mrs. Gloria Martinez, an 80-year-old retired teacher from California, experienced it firsthand. After a minor surgery on her leg, she developed lymphedema. At first, it was just a little puffiness after the bandages came off. She said, "I thought it would go away, but it didn't." Months later, her right leg was twice the size of her left, and walking even across her living room became exhausting. She needed special massages, compression therapy, and careful monitoring just to keep the swelling under control. Gloria's story highlights a heartbreaking truth. Small signs often open the door to big battles. But with early attention and the right care, seniors can still live active, fulfilling lives. Reflecting on experiences like Gloria's and Anthony's teaches us something profound. Motivation isn't about ignoring problems. It's about confronting them early, fiercely, and with the wisdom only age can bring. Senior health isn't about surviving longer. It's about living better, with more dignity, more comfort, and more joy. Now here's the real kicker. The emotional impact. Living with chronic swelling isn't just physically hard. It's psychologically draining. It can rob seniors of confidence, independence, and even hope. Many elders report feeling trapped, isolated, embarrassed by their appearance, or afraid of leaving home. Imagine someone like Mr. Richardson or Mrs. Martinez, people who built families, careers, and communities, suddenly feeling like a burden because their legs won't carry them easily anymore. That's why ignoring swollen feet is not a small mistake. It's a life-altering one. The elderly wisdom handed down through generations tells us, it's not the mountain that wears you out, it's the pebble in your shoe. Small things matter. Small symptoms matter. Paying attention to them is how we honor the life we fought so hard to live. Doctors from Harvard, Mayo Clinic, and other leading institutions agree. The earlier swelling is addressed, the better the chances for full recovery or management. Lifestyle changes like regular walking, elevating your legs daily, wearing compression socks, reducing salt intake, and staying hydrated, all simple actions, can save years of mobility and independence. And you know what? It's not about being scared, it's about being empowered. About making sure you get to enjoy the fruits of your life, your grandchildren's laughter, the warmth of family gatherings, the pride of your home, the adventures you still have left to chase. The greatest life lessons from the elderly always point to one thing: health is freedom. Without it, everything becomes harder. With it, everything remains possible. If you are over 65 and more than once in a while, if your socks leave deep impressions, if your shoes feel tighter at the end of the day, don't wait. Listen to your body. Respect your body. It has carried you through every triumph and every hardship. Now it needs you to listen and act. Take a deep breath. This is not the end. It's a call to action. You have the wisdom, the experience, and the courage to take control of your health, no matter your age. If this message resonates with you, if you believe in respecting your body, honoring your life's journey, and living with the strength of elderly wisdom, please like this video, subscribe for more senior health insights, and share your story with us. Tell us in the comments, where are you watching from today? I'd love to hear your voice, your journey, and your reflections. Here's to living longer, stronger, and wiser, with hearts full of inspiration, lives rich in motivation, and futures fueled by action. Never underestimate the power of small signs. They could be the key to unlocking many more vibrant years ahead. Stay strong, stay inspired, and remember, swollen feet aren't the end of the road. They're just the beginning of a new chapter. You have the power to shape,